Well, there's always fun things to do with our snowmobiles. Today I'm going to put on the SLP powder valve kits. Pretty cool. It's going to allow my sled to breathe better when it gets packed full of snow. You guys are out playing in the snow all the time. You notice that you lose performance when you go down into it. It piles up on your intakes, over your vents. You just don't breathe. Your machine doesn't breathe. It doesn't get the air that it needs, starts running rich. You start losing power. You're constantly cleaning off things. But SLP came up with these little powder valves. Now, they go on your air box. You install them on there, and when things get plugged up, the vacuum of your motor just simply sucks these in and allows more air to come in your motor. Pretty simple. And to keep it from ingesting dust and dirt particles, they made these little pre-filter kits as well. So we're going to install both of these today. I know that 800 IQR mine isn't breathing well. It's sucking a lot more air than the 600 did. So I have to open up things better anyway. So I'm going to install these. Pretty easy thing to do. Very inexpensive. And I highly recommend it if you're playing in the powder. Everything comes in the kit you're going to need. It has the little plastic rivets, the powder valves. The separate kit comes with the powder valve pre-filter kit. And there's a little template here that I'm just going to install on my air box. I'm going to mark it out. And that's going to show me exactly where to place my powder valve and to cut out the opening. Now, I could tape this on if I had tape, but I don't. I'll get by. We're going to be getting a lot of shavings inside this air box, so you're going to want to make sure you blow all this out very well. I'm just going to use a drill bit, open this up a little bit. Now you could use a Dremel tool or some other type of cutting implement. I'm just going to use this die grinder. I have it handy. I'm going to use that. I'm just going to use this X-Acto knife here, and I'm going to clean up the opening on this. I want to make sure that I have no little burrs sticking out, because if there is, they're going to keep the powder valve up, and it's going to allow dirt and debris to come in underneath it. You don't want that to happen. It's pretty simple to do. This box actually cuts very easy. SLP makes these for most sleds. I'm just going to blow this out. Make sure all those fine particles are out of there. And I noticed that there are a few little burrs on here on the inside. This little plastic piece right here, it's going to get hung up in the flapper. So I want to make sure that I go in and there are no little loose pieces, because when this opens, it's going to come back and it could potentially get hung up on that. So we don't want that to happen. There, that works. And it looks just perfect. So make sure you place these powder valves the right way. Sounds silly, but if you don't, you're not going to open up the right way. Now you just check for movement, make sure it's nice and free and clear. Drill our second hole. Those filings out of there. These are going to be great. Make sure you use this little washer here. They supply, it goes on the outside. Yes, I need to fix that. That air leak drives me crazy. I'll just go through and poke a few more in here. Sometimes when these little plastic rivets flare, they get in the way of the flapper. You just go in and you can either clock them, which means just kind of turn them a little bit, which might work. There we go. Or you can trim them up. I'll just try moving these out of the way. There we go. Did it. Powder pre-filter. Now I'll go ahead and install this little pre-filter. It's an awesome little thing. Now, I had my reservations about allowing something to open and close in my air box that wasn't filtered. They came up with a solution for that, which works great. I'll know if these work or not. Because I can really tell quickly when this IQR starts to load up with snow. Running rich as it is. I'm just going to blow this out, get all these filings out. And I'm even going to go inside that air box. There's a little bit of oil residue. I'm going to clean that up as well, because sometimes those little shavings will stick to it. I didn't really want to put that powder valve next to my clutch. It's actually right not next to the clutch, it's on top above the guard. But, you know, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. It wouldn't fit on the back, clearance issues. So, it's just going to have to do. Well, I'm confident that's going to give me the extra airflow I need, especially when I get it all packed up full of snow. You guys know what that's like. Starts working really hard. You wonder why why I don't have that power. It's just not happening. Everything's all plugged up. That pre-filter material keeps out the snow, keeps out the water, keeps out the dust. It's very good. I also got this extra large sheet from them. I'm going to do some venting and some cool custom stuff on the IQR, on the rev. But this is very nice material. It doesn't allow the water in, doesn't allow the dust in, doesn't allow the big heavy particles of nastiness to get into your motor and start destroying things. That's actually a nice big sheet, so it's going to come in handy. So make sure you check out Starting Line Products online. Tell them Louis from PowerModz sent you, or check out any one of their authorized dealers. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, check out SLP on Facebook. We're giving some cool things away in the next little while, so I got to thank you guys for coming as usual.
You to come, I'll make it impossible.